Before I get started today, there's just something I need to mention real quick. This is Fate Extra for the PlayStation Portable, and if you haven't played this game, this one's not going to make much sense. So if you haven't played this game, going into this one's going to be very confusing because it picks up where the old one left off. So if you haven't played this, I'd suggest going ahead and at least giving it a shot. If you don't like it, look up some of the gameplay and it might give you context as to where this one's going. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another review. Now I know you guys might be getting a little tired of this view here, and I will appear on camera here soon, but that's for another time. Today we're going to be reviewing a game that just came out on Tuesday, the 17th of January, and I thought we'd start with a little bit of history before we move on to the big event here. This is Fate Extra for the PlayStation Portable. This is my first entry into the Fate series, and it's only for the PSP, and I would highly recommend it. It is fantastic. The graphics are beautiful, the storyline is really laid out, it's really cool. It plays like an RPG, and it's turn-based, but at the same time it's sort of like a mystery type thing. Very neat, and it's by Axis, so you know it's good. They've really stepped up their game here in the last few years. Comes with the art book and the soundtrack. You know, good stuff, collector's edition. I've already reviewed this, so if you haven't seen so yet, I'll leave a link in the description of the review of this game. But this is the first entry for me, and I was blown away. So I had to figure out when the next one was going to hit, and I wasn't expecting it to hit so soon. Fate is actually a pretty long series. It's over a decade and a half old now, and it's really good. So if you haven't watched the anime, if you haven't read the manga, go ahead and give it a shot. You know, even if you don't like it, it's just worth a try. Always try something. And if you'd like to pick up a copy of this, it's fairly cheap right now. So there's that. And we're going to move on to the main event here. This is a game which I had to find out more about because nobody really did any advertising for it. There were no pre-order posters anywhere. Walmart didn't have anything. Best Buy didn't have anything. I actually found out about this game from the PlayStation YouTube. I would have had no idea that it was coming out if it wasn't for that. So, what am I talking about here? Here we go. Another collector's edition. This time it is Fate Extella, the Umbral Star. Now this is the Noble Phantasm edition for the PS Vita, and this is honestly the largest collector's edition I have ever owned for a mobile console. So, congrats to Marvelous for putting that one out, and Xseed as well, because they're part publisher there. So this is another entry into the series, and this one focuses more on hack and slash type combat, where you control the servants, and it's sort of like Dynasty Warriors, I guess, if I could describe it with a game that's out there already. So here's the box here. Nice front presentation here. You got all the swords. You got lancers, lance. You have sabers, Excalibur, and you have pole arms and stuff like that. All kinds of really good stuff in here. And when you turn the box over here, here's what's on the back. Virtually unstoppable. You know, it gives you the description of the game, what you're supposed to do. Here's all the servants. You, of course, have Gilgamesh. He's in almost every Fate game. Here is Ryder, I believe it was. Here's both sabers. The red and blue one, they're both in here. I don't remember seeing this guy here. I don't remember who this is. I know I've seen that face before, but I can't put my finger on who he is. We'll see. I'll do a couple of playthroughs here and there. Of course, I don't have a Vita TV, which I plan on changing here soon. Here's what comes in the Noble Phantasm edition for the Vita. We have, of course, the really cool outer sleeve here, but we also have the game inside. Then you have trading cards, a 100-page hardcover art book with all the art from the game, and a cloth wall scroll. That is a first for any collector's edition I have. So that's very impressive. And then of course you have at the bottom here all the fun stuff, you know, 124 kilobytes minimum memory required, which ain't nothing. One player touchscreen in the front, and they make use of the touchscreen for the Vita, which is nice. And then of course you have all the warnings and stuff like that. And it's region free, so that's pretty nice. T for teen, same as the last game. The box is very nice. It's like a holographic background. And of course it's sealed, it's brand new. And of course we're going to open it, because that's what we do here. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy Raven knife. Tactical unit deployed. And we're going to go ahead and cut the plastic on this. I've been waiting a couple days to do this. It's nice. There we go. I always love taking plastic off new games. Something about it. It's even nicer now that it's out of the plastic. Wow. Look at that. Real nice finish. Nice and smooth. It's not embossed or anything, which I would have liked, but considering how complicated the logo is, I wasn't really expecting anything there. Same thing with the top and bottom. Very, very nice presentation here. This box, I believe, opens from the side because of the little cloth tab here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and set it down, and we're going to open it like this. And there we go. It's got magnets on the end there. That's very nice. And this should be the cloth wall scroll. Here we go. I'll have to open that up and give you guys a view of what it's like later on. This will probably get up on my wall with my Final Fantasy cloth I got a little while back. Here we have the trading cards, I believe. Let's go ahead and give those an open. I was never really a big trading card fan of any series, but they've been coming out with a lot of different trading card games for a lot of different games, and it's kind of hard to ignore at this point, so just kind of learn to live with it. This being difficult, and through doing that, I'm able to appreciate them for what they are. And they're pretty cool. There we go. I don't know what exactly the point of this is. Might have to check the box, see if there's something for it. But these are all like see-through. I don't know if you guys can see that. And here is the magician from the last game. Here is the new, I guess you could say, saber, even though it doesn't look like it. And you want to talk about no clothing there. Wow. Here's Archer. Gilgamesh. Not sure who this is. Gawain. I guess that's a saber as well. I remember this dude from Fate Extra. He made another appearance. Here is Joan d'Arc, Ruler, Iskander, which is Alexander the Great. That's who I'm looking for. Here is this one, Karna. I don't remember this one. It might be from another Fate game or Fate series, because there's a lot of these out there. Another Lancer. Huh. So they got 2 of them. No, 3. No, 4. There's 4 sabers. There's so many sabers. I don't know what to do. Alright, here's Medusa. There's a Rider. Berserker, huh? It's a Berserker in this game. And then Archimedes is a caster. Very nice presentation with the cards. They're pretty neat. I've never seen a card like this before, where it's sort of like a see-through card, but at the same time you can view it in a certain light and it's solid. That's really cool. So there we go, there's that. There's our cards. And here's the game. Brand new. Same thing you have on the back, but without the collector's edition stuff. Nice presentation so far. And here in the bottom is our art book. It's giving me a little bit of a problem here. Cardboard seemed to be stuck to it for a moment. Wow, that's really nice for an art book. Of course, Type Moon. Fate Extella material. Oh yeah, that is fresh. That is a fresh book. Wow, this is beautiful already. Look at that first page. I'm already impressed. Oh wow, it gives you a table of contents in here. That's pretty neat. It gives you an encyclopedia of Fate Extra too, or Fate Extella. Oh, get out of here! It's got classes and skills and everything. There's actually three sabers in here. This one is, I don't know how to describe this. I'm confusing myself. You have Nero, and she's a saber, and then you have this one, and this one's a saber as well. But this one is supposed to be some sort of enemy, I'm guessing. That's what I got the vibe from the trailers, that she's supposed to be some sort of enemy. And here's our archer. And there's the lancer. Here we go, servant. It gives you the blood type, of course. I mean, that's Japan for you. Give their weight and all their skills and stuff like that. So in this game, you can choose between a female or a male main character, just like the other game, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Here's Nero. Expressions from the last game, I'm noticing a lot of the expressions they kind of reuse there. Holy hell. Thought she had no clothes on before. Good God. Put some tassels on her nipples and send her out to Las Vegas. Good to go. They have new transformations in these... in this game. I forgot what they were called. Let me take a look here. They're called Moon Crux transformations. Definitely interesting and a completely different concept. Really neat. I saw a couple of them in the trailers, the gameplay reveals and stuff like that. Lots of cool stuff. It's a very long art book. Here's our archer. Here's Gilgamesh in the flesh. I don't know who this is. Like I said, I don't know all the whole Fate universe here. I only know a couple of series. So some of these I might be missing out on. I remember seeing this dude though. And this guy appeared in Fate Extra over there. I don't know what the difference between regular... I don't know. They both seem the same to me. They get the same armor set and everything. I'm not sure. Iskander, of course. I'm digging the whole camo pants and tank top thing with the gloves. It's sort of like a Street Fighter vibe. But then you have the classic Alexander the Great look over here. Karna expressions. Medusa or Rider. I don't remember this one. I believe this one might be the Berserker in the Fate Extra game, I think. They might have reused him. I can't remember. It's been a while. Alright, here we go. Now we're getting to some art for the stages. Wow. It's beautiful in there. Now they have themes. What the fuck is going on down here? It's complete chaos. Holy hell. Man, they really went through a lot of art in this one. And you have faction albums and stuff like that. And here we go with the encyclopedia. It'll give you the backstory and everything. And I'm not going to read all this, because that's a lot of reading for me to do. And then we're at the end of the book. That is very impressive for an art book for a collector's edition. I'm not even going to lie, that is very impressive. Wow, they did a really nice job. It's high quality material in there, as expected, but sometimes you can never be too sure. Some companies like to skimp on what they give you. Marvelous, Exceed absolutely do not. They deliver every single time. Same thing with Axis and Atlas. Both of them deliver a ton of content with your purchase every time. So we only have one more thing to open, and that is the game. Now, how much you want to make a bet that there is no manual in here? How much? You can bet now, because I'm going to go ahead and open this. And with every Vita game I've gotten so far, regardless if it's collector's edition or not, there has not been a manual in it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, no manual. Nothing. Of course, it's because it's on the live area screen. It's sort of like a help book. But still, it would be nice to have some sort of manual to go with the game. And you have the standard Vita cartridge. It's got a little heart stuff design on the back of it, along with blood, and then you have the Fate Extella logo, Exceed and Marvelous. There we go, pretty nice. It's honestly a nice presentation. Oh, there we go. Finally decided to do it there. Nice presentation for a cartridge. But here we go. There is the full collector's edition, or Noble Phantasm edition, for the Fate Extella Umbral Star, the game. Again, nice with nice cards here. I'll learn more about this whole game once I start getting into it. I'm sure there's a massive story in behind it, just like with Fate Extra, and it's going to take me some time to get into. And one more thing before we leave, I'd like to show you guys what this cloth looks like opened up. So give me just a second. Bam! There we are. It's the Fate Extella wall scroll that was described on the back of the box. And I gotta say, it is very nice. Very, very colorful. And very nice cloth. You get the Fate Extella logo in the corner here, along with Type Moon, Copyright Marvelous, and Type Moon and stuff like that. Although it's copyright 2016, which is a little odd, considering this game came out in 2017. They probably had all these stamped with that. But yeah, very, very colorful, and a very nice presentation overall. I'm honestly impressed. Now, if you do have some extra coin laying around and you're looking for a new game for your Vita, I'd suggest going out and purchasing this, just to go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a different experience. Fate isn't for everybody. It's for a select group of people. That's why they made it. Fans of the Fate Extra series and just Fate series in general will enjoy it. But some people may not. And that's alright. You know, every game isn't for everyone. But again, if you do have the extra coin laying around, I'd suggest going out and getting one of these. The Noble Phantasm edition for the Vita will run you $60. For the PlayStation 4, it'll run you about $70. About $10 more. So that's not too bad. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you here on the L Rules the World channel next time. L Rules out.